Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the Chinese Tier 8 Premium Medium tank, the Type 59-2. Now this is a tank that's featured on the channel quite a few times before, because, well, it's a tank that I really do enjoy, and also because it's been given away in many a Season Pass and Earn-Up. It's been given away at least 4 or 5 times by now, and it's in the Season Pass once again, so it's again a tank that you can earn in the Season Pass, in the new one that starts tomorrow after this video comes out. And you'll be able to earn this Type 59-2 for free at level 100. You don't even have to buy the Season Pass to get this thing. So yeah, you're all going to get it for free again, which means for most people, because like I say, most people have already earned this on the several occasions that you've been able to earn this tank. The tank is actually worth a decent amount of silver. So the Type 59-2 is worth 3.3 million silver. So for most of you that already own it, you'll be getting 3.3 million silver off of the Season Pass, which is really quite nice. And it's always a nice little bit of a silver boom when you do earn those tanks that are for free. It's kind of a little bit sad that the Season Pass is going to have 2 tanks at least that have already been earned before. Like, I think it's because it's got the Mutts in it as well, and the Mutts was given away in the Season Pass last Season Pass, or the Season Pass before, which is a little bit sad. And then obviously this Type 59-2 is also another tank that's been given away multiple times. It would have been nice to have something that's, you know, not been given away before on its first rotation or something like that. But hey, free's free, right? What can you say? I mean, if you get this thing for free, you already own it, well, you're going to get 3.3 million silver. It is what it is. And then you can try and get the 116 F3 in the Ultimate Pass, and or get the WZ122-4, the Cold War Premium that's going to be in the Season Pass. I will have full reviews for those tanks on the channel coming over the next couple of days when they, well, you know, when I'm able to actually play them. And yeah, you'll be able to get this Type 59-2. So, what's the Type 59-2 like? Well, the Type 59-2, as many of you will know, is a pretty damn nice medium tank. It's a pretty good all-rounder. It's got a really nice gun. You've got .34 accuracy. You've got really good shell velocity on the APCR rounds that goes at, like, what, 1460 meters a second or something like that, which is really, really rapid. Like I say, your gun handling is really good, your mobility is pretty damn nice, being able to fly at 56 kilometers an hour, and you do hit 56 kilometers an hour. You've got pretty good camo as well. You can get it down to 311 meters of still concealment with the build I've got, and if you run the camo net, it generally gets even better than that, because obviously naturally the camo net drops it down, because it drops it down to about 271 meters of still concealment if you run the camo net instead of a gun stabilizer, which is really good camo. The one real downside to the Type 59-2 is that you have 200 pen on the standard APCR rounds, but you do have 250 heat pen, which is enough to go through most of the things you're going to face. It's only really a struggle when you're starting to face tanks at tier 10 that are super heavies, like the Mouse, E100, Type 5 Heavy, etc, etc. You know the drill. And even some of the other heavy tanks as well at tier 10 you will struggle with 250 heat pen. And the 200 APCR pen is just basically useless. And obviously being heat as well, having that be a problem is the fact that even when you get against some of the super heavies, you might be like, well, you can pen them, you can flank them, well, you can't really pen them with the 200 APCR pen in a lot of places, and then even so, you load the heat rounds, and the heat rounds just get absorbed by spaced armor, which is pain. I'm talking about facing Type 5 heavies here. They are pure pain for this tank. But on the whole, you really shouldn't have to be dealing with those things, but you do have to sometimes, right? That's just the deal you get for being bottom tier a fair amount at tier 8. But yeah, the Type 59 on the whole, though, as an all-rounder, when it's top tier, it's great. When it gets tier 9s, it's pretty nice, because you've still got the good armor, you've still got a nice gun. When you get against tier 10s, obviously, it just struggles like most tier 8s would. But it's just a really, really nice tank, and it's one that I've always enjoyed, because I loved the King Dragon, which is basically this tank, but ever so slightly worse, because it's actually got worse engine power, the King Dragon, than this tank does, and it's got slightly worse accuracy at .36, as opposed to the .34 that this tank gets. I think it gets slightly better on the move dispersions, but its turret dispersions are worse. And it gets worse engine power, which means it struggles up to its top speed a little bit more than the Type 59-2 does. So yeah, they are basically near enough the same tank. Although the little trade-off of accuracy over DPM that this tank gets over the King Dragon isn't as much of a yes factor as it used to be, because, you know, 6.0 accuracy and all that sort of stuff. So what do I run in terms of a crew on the Type 59-2? Well, I do run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, Camouflage Expertise. Camouflage Expertise to make sure that I just have a little bit of good camo. The 3 gun perks to make sure this gun is as good as possible. And all the other perks are generally what I'll take on a lot of tanks. And in terms of equipment, I run the Advanced Loader, the Gun Stabilizer, and Optics. Optics to get the best view range I can possibly get. Gun Stabilizer because I really want to help the gun. And the Advanced Loader to make the best out of the DPM. And as you can see, in this first game, we finished with the Ace Tanker. The 1962 base XP with 4.8k damage and 4 kills. Really nice game there for the Type 59-2 on mines. Typical mines game, really. Try and at least hold the hill or try and win the hill, and then you can progress from there. And yeah, in terms of the equipment, I do want to help the gun out as much as possible because the gun did irritate me without the gun stabilizer. But you could, if you wanted to, drop that for the camo net to get that fantastic camo on this tank. It's completely down to you and how you feel comfortable with the gun. Like I say, if the gun feels great to you, just drop the gun stabilizer and run the camo net. It's worth trying it all out. You play the tank, see how you feel with it all, and then set it up to how you feel the most benefit out of it. So we're on to the second replay. And the second replay, we are on this map, which is Heilbronn. And we've come to this position here at F6, because I like this position at F6 for the reasons you're about to see, and that is because you can spot out some of their TDs on their sniper hill. Doesn't always work, because sometimes the sniper hill tanks are a little bit too camoed, and you can also shoot the people like this Paladin here that overexpose on that ridge line, and people sometimes do cross the H line, and they will give you free shots, which is always much appreciated. So we go for another shot into the side of the Paladin there, which goes straight in. We're up to 1200 damage, and we got some spotting there on that Paladin. If you do have people that are sitting behind you at D8 and at, well, like the people at E9 and stuff like that, you can also get a good amount of assistance from this spot. We're just going to poke up to see if we can find this Scorpion again, because I was hoping to get some more damage on him and get rid of him, because I don't really want him to still be alive in that spot, because it's not going to go too well for us if he does end up outspotting us and slapping us, because he's got a big gun. Well, he's got 490 alpha, and we just don't want to lose that 490 hit points, if I'm honest. So we're just chancing it. We're just keeping ourselves in a position where we're hoping to be able to see a shot on either that KV4 if he pulls back, or spot this Scorpion G and get a shot into it. And then the KV4 ends up getting spotted again. Can we see a shot into him? Because obviously if you're higher up on this ridgeline, you can shoot the guys where that KV4 is. And yeah, we did get a shot into the KV4. We now get spotted and detected. As soon as we get spotted and detected, we pull all the way back. It's like, good night, sir. No, we're not taking those hits. And yeah, I assumed it was the Scorpion and didn't want to take that hit. Now the medium tank over here is being attacked by a Tiger 2, so we're going to get in and help him out if possible, because we want to try and save this guy. It is a Comet, and we want to try and see if we can help out our teammate. Unfortunately, T-34-3 does shut down the Comet, but we're just trying our best to keep the shots flowing in towards this Tiger 2. And, well, unfortunately, he ended up angling up enough to bounce that shot, but we do have a shot towards the side of his turret, because he's looking at the other way. Oh, we've ricocheted off the side of his turret there with 200 pen. I'm not sure why that bounced. That looked like it should have probably gone in, but RNG's a thing, right? And unfortunately, we did bounce that Tiger 2. Now there's a Freedom looking for shots at us. Unfortunately enough, we got a shot through his side, and we got penned once, but we did bounce another shot off of him, and we're using the train car in front of us here to just protect us from that Freedom. Now I've decided, okay, I just don't want to be here anymore. I want to pop up on that ridgeline and shoot more of the KV4 and stuff like that, but with the Tiger 2 behind me and the possibility of that, I think it was an IS-22 that was up on the ridgeline, I don't want them to come and surprise me in the back. I don't want that. So instead, that position with not much cover anymore is untenable. We're going to just go move off and see if we can get some shots elsewhere. And thankfully, when we moved up here to E8, we actually had a shot backwards into that SU-152. So we got a nice penetration there into that guy and put us on to 2.7k damage, which is a good time. With 1966 assistance as well, because we were spotting some of those guys. And now we're going to move up to see if we can get ourselves into a position to shoot this Freedom and try and get some shots into maybe some guys like the Tiger 2s that were down there. And I was thinking, is the Tiger 2 still alive? Yes, he is. Hello, Mr. Tiger 2. Can we get a shot straight through? Of course we can. Like I say, this gun is pretty damn nice if you set it up with the gun stabilizer, which is why I don't really run the camo net, because I don't want to suffer with this gun, because obviously the gun is pretty accurate at 0.34 accuracy, and it's got pretty nice all-round everything. I just want to make sure that I am actually hitting the shots and I can get some of those snapshots. So unfortunately, we bounced off the lower plate there of the ISM, which was, to be honest, always going to happen. We're not going to pen an ISM. We get a nice shot there into the side of the Comet on the move and then just ram him to death, and we're detected, and I'm like, oh, goodness gravy, no. Don't do it. Oh, there goes my hit points. Why? And it was a rather large hit as well. We damaged our engine. I'm thinking, what could have hit me that hard? Well, it's not a Scorpion G, because we know he's over the other side. Could be either an Iron Rain or an Icebreaker, because of just how hard it hit. And there we go, it's the Icebreaker, who is in the town at B1. He's spotted. We're just trying to maneuver ourselves into a position where we can get a shot towards him, and yeah, a broken engine is hindering us. But I decided, okay, you know what? Most of our team so far is actually going towards this guy. He seems to be alone. So, you know what? I'm going to use the hill to get some momentum because my broken engine is going to hold me back. And I'm going to put myself back in the situation I was in earlier on. Because the Tiger 2 is no longer there to get a shot into our rear or our side and surprise us. And the IS-22 is what I think it was, or an IS, whichever way, is gone as well. So there's no real danger to me from behind using this little position. I was at the ridgeline again. So we're going to now fix the engine that we had damaged, get ourselves over here, and we can actually try and get some shots towards the KV-4, and then we can maneuver ourselves into behind the other 3 tanks that are left as well. So you can see I'm just holding the RBRT. I was looking over the ridge to see if I could actually see that KV-4, see if he was in a position that I would actually be able to get the shot in, and we did actually end up poking over into a position where we had a shot, and we got that straight through the side of the KV-4, which is really, really nice. And there's only 4 tanks left, and 3 of them are currently spotted directly in front of us, which is one of the reasons as well that I left that Icebreaker, because we had enough of our team going towards the Icebreaker that I wasn't concerned about that guy surviving, and most of the other damage and most of the other parts of the enemy team were over here, so we may as well just come towards these guys over here. So the SU-152 that was on our right gets shut down. Now we're looking, hopefully, to get some shots of these guys. The AMX M445 isn't looking our way. We get a nice shot into his side. He just goes, he got shot by that guy. I don't care about that guy. So you know what? We're going to wait for our reload to get the shot in and shut down the Jag Tiger 88 because he was more of a threat. And the SU-130PM, I think, actually Amarac the AMX M445. And we're finished with the victory. 3 kills, 4.5k damage, 2k assistance, nearly the ace tank of the high caliber, the Confederate, the sniper medal. 1954 base XP, a pretty damn nice game again for the Type 59-2. You all know what the Type 59-2 is about. You've all earned it many, many times. It's a damn nice tank, and you're going to get yourself some nice 3.3 million silver if you already do own this tank. And if you don't own this tank already, you're getting a pretty damn nice premium tank. It's a pretty damn solid tank, and it does a lot pretty damn nicely. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
A great success!